You got us?
Yeah, now what we did.
to Clearview Arena at the Island Sports Center on Neville Island. You are watching the Hero and Celebrity Hockey Game presented by former Pittsburgh Penguin Ryan Malone and the Malone Family Foundation, raising donations and awareness for mental health and wellness, particularly for veterans, first responders, and active duty military members and their families. It's all part of Black and Gold, breaking the mold on MTV's Mental Health Action Day. With Mike Pursuta, I'm Tim Benz, your broadcast tandem for RMU men's hockey games here at the Island Sports Center. And Mike, I think it's safe to say that you and I might not have the privilege of doing those hockey games if it weren't for the efforts of Ryan Malone and the way he spearheaded the attempts to get the RMU hockey program back in advance of this past season. And this is all about hockey community and hockey camaraderie, paying it forward, paying it back, and it's a privilege for us to be here tonight for this game.
That it is, Tim, and that's very well said. You know, Ryan Malone is the product of St. Cloud State, but he's also a Pittsburgh guy. His dad played for the Penguins. Ryan played for the Penguins, and he's one of the people who took it personally when the program was shut down and marshaled every effort he could to help get it back. He is putting the same energy into dealing with the mental health crisis in our country, and it is a crisis in part because nobody wants to talk about it. Ryan Malone is trying to do what he can to change that. Corey Hirsch, who is playing tonight and who spoke last night at the event,
very eloquently too. Yes.
He is a champion for mental health, and this game, Tim, we're here the second annual Black and Gold Breaking the Mold Hero and Celebrity Hockey Game. The idea is to shine a light on the healing power of hockey and our need to take positive action daily on our mental health journeys. It's a significant step and a positive step.
And we will step aside for the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.
And we'll be back.
And direct your attention to the ice. Joining us now on the ice, the 9/11 Arrows Wing Honor Guard to present our nation's colors. And now, please welcome Christian Beck for the singing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly strewn, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And we welcome now the third member of our broadcast team. He is sometimes the third member of our broadcast team, at least after the first period of every game here at the Island Sports Center from the bench. It's RMU head coach Derek Schooley. You ready to be in a color commentary capacity with Mike and I up here tonight for a little while?
I'm excited to see how this is done from the other end. I mean, I'm excited to see you guys at work and see what you guys do. I'm also excited to see where you come up with the songs, whatever the names, whatever it is after the goals that you call.
Yeah, the theme could be a little bit more loose tonight because we might have ourselves quite the goal fest this evening, and want to point out what's going on at the ice level right now because the ceremonial puck drop is taking place, and the guy who's going to do it is Ryan's grandfather on his mom's side, Alex Vicello. He served in the 2nd Infantry Division of the U.S. Army as a staff sergeant in the Korean War from 1953 to 1954. 91 years old, and I talked to him for about 25 minutes last night for a piece that I'm doing at the Pittsburgh Tribune-Review. And man, the stories he was telling about serving in Korea, the stories he was telling about growing up in McKees Rocks, one of 15 children, the youngest of 15 children. Great story, and really a true honor to speak with him last night, Mike.
Yeah, what a picture that was a moment
Greg,
ago.
Ryan's dad, so his son-in-law. Yeah.
Greg Malone dropping the puck, and Mark Malone and Ryan Malone, 2 brothers. And man, that was quite a start, Coach Schooley, to tonight's festivities.
I mean, what more can you ask for to start the game? I'm a man of many words, as you can see already.
Those broadcasting classes are really paying off.
He's not the best color man in the country for nothing.
Yeah, I feel like Bob Uecker's color guy from Major League.
So we're going to talk at great length about many of the players who are taking part tonight. It's a mix of various former military personnel as well as hockey-related folks from across Pittsburgh. Penguins, former Penguin alumni. Brett Kiesel is out there from the Steelers. Got broadcasters. Josh Getzoff skating for one team. Steve Mears is coaching one of the teams as well from iHeartRadio, our colleague over at 105.9 The X.
Dave Hansen, Kenny Reggett.
Yeah, Kenny Reggett's one of the honorary coaches as well.
The on-the-bench guys?
The on-the-bench guys who were instrumental in a lot of the fundraising efforts that were taking place to get RMU hockey back on the ice. Derek, we talked about the connection between Ryan and the school as well earlier. Why don't you illustrate in words how much Ryan meant to the whole process of getting RMU hockey back on the ice?
I don't even think you could put it into words. And, Ryan came up to me, and we let them use our locker rooms, both the men's and the women's programs, locker rooms, and he thanked us, and I said, hey, I can't thank you enough for what you did. And the wall says it over at Thanks Pittsburgh D1 Hockey's back, but thanks to Ryan Malone, thanks to the on-the-bench guys, and he said it's a team effort. Well, look at this team out here, and that's what one of the reasons hockey's back is because of Ryan jumping on board, and now the Pittsburgh College Hockey Foundation turned into the Colonial Hockey Foundation, and the Malone Hockey Foundation all kind of work together to do that.
And the Hero and Celebrity Hockey game is underway. The black team obviously in the dark jerseys. For the sake of nomenclature, we're going with the gold team wearing the white jerseys. And we'll take first sight of Brett Kiesel jumping on the ice. He's going to be fairly easy to pick out, Mike, wearing the Steelers helmet in number 18.
And a significant participant, Tim. This is where I usually do the keys to the game, but I can tell you, while we don't have any keys tonight, Ryan Malone said his team is adamant they want to get Kiesel a goal. Now you can see Brett is a better football player than he is a skater, but we appreciate his time and energy and efforts being out here. Team White wants to get Brett Kiesel a goal. Now, Coach, how are they going to do that?
He's going to go stand in front of the net.
Yes.
I remarked to Ryan Malone, I said, when I used to play on the Pittsburgh Celebrity team, players such as Joe Mullen and Phil Bork and Warren Young would tell me, just go stand in the net and keep your stick on the ice. And Ryan Malone said, Sidney Crosby used to tell me the same thing.
Well, I'll tell you this. Brett was scared to death to play in our first celebrity game. This was the third one that I've seen him play in, and he was scared to death. He was afraid to do that, and he ended up getting in a fight with Andrew Blazek in the first one that we had.
Well, that's the other part of the Kiesel equation. Dave Hansen, the coach of the black team, said he's not going to have any of that. And if Kiesel gets out of hand, Hansen has vowed to put on the foil and take care of business.
A little zone time here for the black team. Good takeaway, though, by Ryan Malone. And you might be noticing that all the teams, both teams, the gold and the black, they all have number 22 on the shoulders and arms of the jerseys, and that is to signify the number of former veterans who commit suicide per day at 22, and that is something that they are trying to take away and diminish through the funds that they're raising and the awareness that they're raising for mental health. And there's the first attempt at a Michigan goal, and the rebound goes in. I know Mike hates it when anybody suggests that a Michigan goal is in fact a Michigan goal, but Max Talbot gave it a try. Mike, are you offended?
That's a Quebec goal, Tim. That's a French-Canadian goal. That's a guy who cares.
It's a lacrosse-style goal for you.
That's right, the
There you
lacrosse-style
go.
goal. And it was put in by another former NHLer, Kyle Quincy, who also did a wonderful job last night, raising awareness and telling his story, all the work he does with the Avalanche Alumni Foundation.
Yeah, he kind of missed the net, but there's Quincy to clean up the rebound, and we are off and running.
Max Talbot got hit with a golf ball today. Funny story. But shot out by the lawnmower.
Yeah, I heard about that. Ryan Malone told me about that. I said, Ryan, getting hit in the face, that's kind of your thing, isn't it? From Detroit, Game 5, 2008. Feed in front shot, rolls in, and it's covered up.
You know, another thing they could have done to help us out was names on the back. I know hockey is healing, yes, hashtag, but maybe a name on the back here would help us out a little bit. That doesn't help me in my first broadcasting assignment up here.
Adam Cogley making the save from the Pittsburgh Warriors, a former U.S. Army veteran, and makes the first save for the black team.
Yeah, that was Dylan Burkhardt, who's a member of the Pennsylvania State Police, with that shot. Tim, I can tell you that shot was not exceeding the speed limit.
Good job by the goaltender. Cogley taking away the near side post and makes another save.
So this is what you guys do up here is you make jokes.
Pretty much it just comes from. I can get away with that because my stepson is a trooper with the Pennsylvania State Police. So
This thing
I have
isn't so
that latitude,
difficult.
at least I'm assuming.
So usually when that's what's going on during the game and I'm getting mad over there and you're making
making
jokes up
jokes,
here.
yeah.
You're making jokes about how mad you're getting normally is how it works. We're going to point out that it is a 30-minute running time for two halves, and then Swaggy P is going to take over for intermission. Have you seen Swaggy P before, Derek?
I have in the 3 ice.
You recruited him, didn't you? He ended up in Vermont.
Oh,
Peter
nice shot.
Lennis.
Hockey East guy.
Yes.
Good-looking shot from Ben Urban. Is he related, Derek?
I don't think
To
so.
Denny? No?
No.
Denny, one of your great players, also somebody who was instrumental in getting the hockey program back.
We got a few Pittsburgh. Matt Bartkowski's out here, former Ohio State Buckeye.
Did you recruit him?
I tried, yeah.
Matt doing a good job on Sportsnet Pittsburgh now. We got the two on the bench guys on the ice facing off against one another. And man, were they entertaining in the celebrity games that you guys put on up in Cranberry, Derek?
They said that they are on different teams, and they say that there will be some fisticuffs or something that will take place.
I was completely unaware of those guys until you started having the games to raise funds to get the program back. And the backstory is amazing. They were minor coaches in Canada. There's two guys from Alberta, and their friends thought they were funny. So they started making videos and putting them up on social media, and they Canadian it up. You know, they kind of play off the Canadian stereotypes, which are many.
Oop, feet in front.
And they're so big, Tim, that they have NHL players asking them to take pictures with them and things of that nature.
Ole wearing 25 for the gold team, or the white team if you're watching on the stream, and Jacob wearing 21
Or you
for
just
the black
notice
team.
him with the Jofo or the cowboy hat.
That's right. Can't keep my eyes off of Kiesel wearing the Steelers helmet over there.
The yellow one. Striking, isn't it?
So we are going to open up a little spoiler. We're going to open up our home opener with Miami here. And I talked to Brett before.
Oh, you're breaking news?
Yeah, and I told him that we should get another Miami alum to come drop the opening puck. And he said he would then cross-check him after the...
I think you could get Big Ben for that.
We're going to leave our viewers to figure out who that Miami alum would be.
Yeah. Justin Brown carrying it on left wing for the gold team. That one goes all the way across the ice towards the 1921 club. Now picked up and fed behind the net. Scooped up there by Ryan Malone, our host tonight. Pass in front, shot goes wide. He's trying to hit Kiesel. Kiesel's flipped out of the Steelers helmet and got to the more traditional hockey gear.
Hasn't helped the
New
hands,
bucket.
I see.
Zadora coming in, firing it into the corner in front of the auxiliary stand. We don't have the Bobby Moe band tonight. I guess the kids are home, huh?
That was a great feed by Ryan Malone a moment ago. I told you he was trying to get Kiesel a goal tonight. That's one of the high priorities.
Now Malone taking over himself, coming down the right wing, pulling up in the circle.
Kiesel back door.
Oh, wanted it, thought about it. It was deflected away. Good work by Talbot in the defensive end. Max was always a full ice player, wasn't he, Mike?
And
all three zones.
A guy that his heart for the game was such. Remember when we were up in Rochester with the Colonials for the Atlantic Hockey Playoffs and we were staying in the same hotel? The Providence Bruins arrived, and we ran into Max Talbot in the hotel lobby. After all he had accomplished, he was finishing a season in the AHL because he was determined to finish the season.
Wraparound shot. Did it go in? They're going to say no, it stayed out. Ryan thought he had himself a goal there. Ryan's going to try to get another goal. The host is taking over. There's a shot and a score.
Nice pass by Colby Armstrong.
Colby Armstrong with a good feed.
Craig Canafari of the Pittsburgh Fire Hockey Club found himself open on the back door and made no mistake.
Two pretty good line mates there, huh?
I know. We'll watch it again. Good feed.
What is Colby wearing, by the way? Those Toronto Maple Leafs pants or
from one knee.
Junior pants?
I want to say from one knee like the Sidney Crosby, but he actually fell before he got down to the knee. Maybe gave him a little bit too much credit there upon further review.
Up we go. Swaggy P almost.
Now from the goal line. Leaving in front. Oh, couldn't pull the trigger. That was Dylan Burghardt. Now it's taken away by Talbot. He'll pull it back. Out into the neutral zone.
So Colby back on D.
And a slap shot. Oh, those are loud. Little heater.
Tim, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the first defense that Colby Armstrong has played?
He told me in the locker room that if we needed a D next year, he's the guy. And I said, who would you compare your play to? And he said, a guy named Makar. And I said, is that Pixar?
Whoa, that's a great effort. Picked up by
P.
Swaggy P on the trick shot. We're going to see some of that at intermission. Talbot goes to the backhand, rebound in front. Oh, Colby over Jacob's stick, and here's Colby on the breakaway between the circles. Tees it up and a save. No, it goes in. It trickles in. Army with the hammer. Colby Armstrong.
Look at this Philly.
Yeah, he compared himself to Makar.
I don't think Makar would have had as much trouble getting that by the goalie's elbow. Just a hunch.
Here's the replay. Taking a slapper and then delivering a quick snapshot and finding the back of the net.
Beats the goaltender Cogley.
That first goal was Canafri.
And that gives the black team a 2-1 lead. Excuse me, the gold team a 2-1 lead.
Team goal. Scored by number 7.
Now coming to the offensive end is Justin Costello.
There's Corey Hurst, number 9, with the Vancouver Canucks pants. A goaltender in the NHL. He's skating tonight.
Corey was regaling people with tales last night of trying to stop Mario Lemieux, and he was one of the goalies in net when Mario scored 5 times in '93 during the streak for the Penguins. Corey said, I only gave up 3 of the goals. Can't remember who the other goalie was that came in for him, but he gave up the first 3. That one's kicked out.
There he is, breaking out.
And Hirsch wearing the blue helmet.
Oh,
spin move. Oh, the goalie putting on the Ritz.
He's just dangling out there.
Mesmerizing the defense. Long shot in, deflected, top of the blue paint. Now Hirsch with a third effort to score. Oh, the goalie lights the lamp. That had to feel good.
That had to feel really good. He made the play coming out of the defensive end and then dangling through the offensive zone. The puck came back to him after he dropped it off at the blue line, and his first shot stopped him, but chasing down that rebound and burying it. I think we should have took the over tonight. What do you think?
Yeah. Was there a line in this one?
No.
A lot.
Yeah.
When they say all bets are off, in this case, they really are off.
They took it off the DraftKings. You confused me though by calling it the gold team because it's really white.
It is
isn't
white.
I mean,
yeah.
all of a sudden I thought I was colorblind here.
No, that would be the guy next to you.
Yeah. Always double check with Mike on the colors before your guys' games start.
Although every time
Mercyhurst,
you play Mercyhurst, he knows they look like Hartford Whalers.
That one I can figure out on my own. That shot went high off the stick of Dave Thompson from the Pennsylvania State Police.
Team Black, goal! Scored by number 9,
Corey Hirsch,
Assisted by
who was telling his story of how he was able to fight his way through some very difficult mental times during his Vancouver Canucks career, which actually started, Mike, as you said, during his Rangers career, where even in the wake of the championship for the Rangers, he was struggling so badly with mental illness that he couldn't even go to the confetti parade, couldn't even go to the Canyon of Heroes. It bothered him so much, and decided to go back to Canada, and that's really where his problem started. And like you referenced in the open, it's sort of the inability to talk about it, to get it diagnosed, and that's one of the areas that all the players that are here tonight, and Ryan focused on a lot, is it's getting people to understand that talking about it is the first step to making it better.
Yeah, one of the things that helped save his life, I mean, he admittedly attempted suicide. He was in a place where he didn't think there was a path to tomorrow. And he ended up writing an essay for the Players Tribune, and then he ended up writing a book, The Biggest Save of My Life. And now he does a podcast about mental health awareness.
We thank you for your service.
And we're going to try to get some of the players down to the bench as well to join us. And we're going to get Corey Hirsch on right now. Hey, Corey, how are you? Can you hear us up here?
I'm doing fantastic. I can hear you loud and clear. Very good.
Corey, goalie getting a goal, man, there's got to be no better feeling, I'm thinking.
I don't come back in my own end. I had too many years of that playing defense, so eventually something's going to hit you, because if you just stand in front of the net and you don't go anywhere else, it's going to hit you and go in, isn't it?
Well, we're appreciative of your puck skills. So you had the puck on a string there for the entire shift in the offensive end. I didn't know you could dangle like that.
Well, here's the thing. All of us old goalies, we don't play goal anymore. We always like to play forward.
Oh, speaking of playing forward, here's Brett Kiesel. Let's see the moves here as he goes backhand, forehand, trying to stuff it in. Oh, Kiesel's working hard.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, no one's going to try to take it off his stick. He's got that advantage, I think.
Hey, if he falls on me, I'm a dead man. I'm 5'10".
Corey, I love the way you got to your own rebound there, but I got to tell you, what I'm most impressed with, it looks like you're wearing your old Vancouver pants and they still fit.
We have a pretty good alumni in Vancouver. We play every week, and we do a lot of charity stuff. What would be great is, one day to be able to get the Canucks alumni versus the Pens alumni or something in a game. We played the Flames before. We played a few other teams. It'd be nice to get all those groups out.
You had that arrow in your quiver there, what Ryan just did?
Nice. Well, see, us old goalies, we all have good hands. Well, I just can't skate. I skate like I got goalie pads on still.
Bugsy showing off the hands on that goal, and he goes and celebrates the kids over the 1921 club. Corey, before I let you go, just if you could, we were recounting some of what you talked about last night at the gathering at the City Winery, but if you could sort of talk about what this event means to you and why it's important to you in your life.
Oh, absolutely. When I was struggling at my worst, I was 23, 24 years old in the NHL, and there was nowhere to turn, nowhere to go, nobody to talk to. There was nothing like this, especially the guys, and your biggest peer supports are your teammates. So for the Malones to put this on and these guys to come out and support mental health, it means the world to me, because if I had something like this when I was a player, I heard you guys talking about the suicide attempt I made, maybe that would have never happened, right? But I do want to get the message out that, I understand suicide, I get it, but it's not the answer, that it gets better. You just got to get to tomorrow, and I'm living proof that it gets better if you get the help, and if you're in that dire spot. There's lots of us that'll listen, and just to please reach out, because we'll do whatever we can to get you better, and it does get better. And like I said, I'm living proof of that.
Corey, you got to feel like
better.
you're making a huge difference. The guy who was just awarded the Bill Masterton Trophy, Arizona goaltender Connor Ingram, he covered some of the same ground you did, and now he appears to be back and embracing his career and embracing life and embracing mental health again. Thanks to efforts from guys like you.
Thank you. Yeah, and it's like I say, it gets better. I think my shift. I think I'm up. I'll see you guys.
All right, Corey. Thanks a bunch. And as he happens to say that, the shift will be delayed for a moment because a goal scored by Max Talbot after another fantastic drive into the offensive end from Swaggy P. Boy, those two are hooking up like crazy, aren't they?
Sam, in terms of the competitiveness of this game, some of these guys say they care, but we know Talbot cares.
There's not much defense being played right now, let me tell you that. It's called the Olay defense. It's like, here you go, Olay.
We'll try to get Max on in a second here.
Celebrity hockey at its finest.
Mike, you know about these celebrity hockey games quite a bit, don't you?
A little bit. Used to dabble.
You never came back past your own red line, no.
Well, it was a forward, Derek. I was told to go to the net and stay there. I take orders well.
That shot comes in. Oh, good save from Cogley. Went off the wrist, stays alive. And I think we have Max Talbot on the headset, don't we?
I think we got Max. Max, you got us? Up here, center ice.
There you go. I don't think he can.
Oh, we got another goal here.
Who scored that one?
Corey Hirsch.
Oh, Corey scored again.
You didn't miss your shift. Max, can you hear us down there?
Yes, I can hear you.
There we got you. All right. Hey, Max, first of all, how are you healing from the golf incident earlier today?
Well, I almost died today playing golf. I got a golf ball right on the side of my face, but I'm good. I survived.
So you shanked it into the rough, and then the lawnmower came around and shot it back at you?
I wouldn't say I shanked it, so it got in the rough with a beautiful shot. But yeah, the lawnmower got me, and it was surprising nonetheless.
Max, regarding your commitment to this game with Ryan and your friendship, how far back it goes with Ryan, can you speak to that and why you wanted to be here today?
Well, I think the team of the night is hockey's healing. And I find with the Malone Foundation, with Ryan and the family, what do they do? And it's just amazing. And I think as alumni of the NHL and as brothers and as ex-teammate, hockey is a big community, and we're here to support each other and help each other in different stuff. And for me to come here and just help out the foundation a little bit and always have a good reason to come back to Pittsburgh is always special for me.
Max, you still can't buy a beer in this town, correct?
Correct. Correct. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, but it's a good thing for. I'm very, flattered all the time, but it's a privilege to have. The chance to come back here and that people just remember the good years and the stuff we did around town.
Well, Max, thanks a lot for joining us. It's great to see you again, and thank you for your contributions tonight, your continued commitment to come back to Pittsburgh. Everybody loves seeing you here again.
Thank you, guys.
Max Talbot, former Pittsburgh Penguin. I don't know if his goals tonight quite rank up with what he did in Detroit, but pretty good nonetheless.
Or was it the fight in Philly?
The fight in Philly as well, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up, but what would you rather be remembered for? Because I think the Philly fight really got them going.
Well, I think in Pittsburgh, it sometimes is occasionally the Philly fight even more so than the goals, which sounds crazy when you have 2 goals in Game 7, but I think when he walks the streets of Pittsburgh, more people go shh than anything else.
Yeah. I think I've seen his autograph on numerous different places of signing shh.
Yes, there were the shirts that went around the strip district for a long time that were him shushing.
Yeah.
It's funny how stuff grows over time.
It's a legend, right?
Full marks to Max Talbot for trying to do what he did, right? But 2 things about that night. I was there. I was at that game. Number 1, he did not do well in the fight.
That's Carcillo, right?
Yeah. And number 2, the Penguins, Derek, it was one of those games they were losing, but they had the upper hand. They just needed one to go in. It's not like the Flyers were threatening to run them out of the building. They were fine. It was a matter of time if they kept playing the way they did. And they did. But, Max did what he did, and legends are born that way.
And he got beat up.
Who am I to say anything other than unforgettable?
But it's what's legends made of.
How somebody remembers something mostly, as opposed to what actually happened. But that night in Detroit, Tim, I'll never forget that, him crying on the ice and talking about his mother and the raw emotion when you used to be able to interview guys on the ice after the Stanley Cup had been awarded. And those 2 years, really, 08 and 09, to get a chance to see both of those series and 2 great teams, and they each end up winning one, that's one of the highlights in my time here for sure.
And by the way, Max did mention the Hockey is Healing, hockeyishealing.com, and the Malone Family Foundation MaloneFamilyFoundation.com. Those are actually .org, MaloneFamilyFoundation.org. Those are the websites that you can donate to tonight if you want to make a contribution. As we look at 7:27 left to go in the first period here. Again, 2 30-minute running halves, and we'll have Swaggy P on the ice for intermission to put on a show for all the folks that came out tonight. Good crowd here tonight at the Island Sports Center. Glad that the word got out the way that it did, Derek, and I know Robert Morris was behind some of the efforts to promote this as well.
Yeah, you can't say enough about guys like T.J. Brown and Rob Goodman and Marty Galosi are here, and obviously Robert Morris has been a great partner in helping put this on. But like I said earlier, you know, we owe a lot to Ryan Malone and the guys like the on the bench guys and Colby Armstrong and Brett Kiesel. They all did a lot of work to help save Robert Morris's program. So they were great partners to us, and we want to be great partners to them.
And yet some guys come back from your program take part in this tonight.
Yeah, we got a couple of our alums here. We got Ryan. Oh, breakaway.
That was a good try, good attempt.
Sniper
from Jake Rifle, but
we
lost it.
We got Ryan Carruthers here, who's the head coach of Sioux Falls Stampede in the USHL, and Ray Sylvester, who's the video coach for the Iowa Wild in the American Hockey League. They're here right now. And
Derek got a power play.
Power play or penalty shot? Where are they going to go with this?
I don't know. I saw somebody go in the box. There's a tripping call assessed.
There is a tripping call. Are we going to the box or are we taking a penalty shot? Looks like we're lining up for a face-off.
Go 5-on-4 here. Let's watch the replay. Derek, you always have an opinion or two about whether a trip is really a trip. What do you think about that one?
That's a trip, but come on. We're in a celebrity game here.
I want to see how the power plays run. I want to see how the penalty kill operates.
Colby Armstrong and Jeff Carter jumping out there for some power play time.
That's Colby's first power play in a long time.
Since the Western Hockey League with Red Deer.
Carter going right to the net front. Now he's drifting over into the corner.
I wonder how much special teams work these guys did in the pregame skate. I didn't see much. Don't you have to grip it and rip it, Derek? Isn't that the key to the power play? Too much passing around?
They're really perimeter right now.
Oh, they got the box a little out of control, though. Oh, shot save. Cogley makes the save with the left pad. They had a shorthanded opportunity here, as it was taken by Rifle, who had a good breakaway a few moments before. Now, it's always setting up the second time in the celebrity games in the power play that tends to be an issue. Wristing along the ice, deflected. They want to get Kiesel a goal. Shouldn't they put him out there right now? I mean, park him in front of the goaltender?
I mean, is it really fair? Carter was on a power play in the National Hockey League this year.
I think some people would suggest they should have put him out there in front of the net more often.
He's running the point here, though. Oh, we got a
rebound,
shorty, maybe?
A shorty?
No?
No. Max couldn't bury it.
Or chose not to.
How much time we got left? 45 seconds left in the man-up opportunity.
And with the running clock, the penalty time dwindling as well.
Oh, is that how it works? Are we going to keep that going? All right, so both on the bench guys are out there. Ole and Jacob against one another again.
What's the best way that help?
And with 24 seconds left to go on the power play, shot comes in and saved. Oh, it came loose for a moment, but stays in the blue paint.
Hey, interesting text I just received from the head women's coach of the
Logan
Robert
Biddle.
Morris Colonials, Logan Biddle.
Is he live streaming in Cleveland somewhere?
His wife is out coaching the goalies for the USA Olympic program, and he's supposed to be watching his kid, but watching us on his phone. So hopefully his kids will be doing okay.
Is he impressed with your work as a color analyst?
So far, so good, I guess.
Want to thank some of our sponsors tonight. Tomahawk Charitable Solutions, 84 Lumber, Confluence Financial Partners, MTV, Showtime Networks, and Paramount Veterans Network. The folks from MTV, Showtime, and Paramount. Very important last night, too, at the City Winery event where we talked about Corey and all the words that were disseminated. Those folks have really been instrumental in getting this event launched. They had a grant that was given to Ryan to make this happen in the first place.
Great event outside, too, before.
Oh, was that fun out there.
You went out, great music, too?
I went out for about an hour. By the way, Tim Mancini's also a sponsor locally. I know this because I ran into Nick Mancini outside while I was listening to Mark Ferrari playing guitar. Derek, you talk about a guy who can play up and down the lineup. Went from Johnny Cash to Van Morrison to John Mellencamp to Hootie and the Blowfish.
You were impressed by that,
And
I know.
he pulled
You
it
were.
off.
Yeah.
He pulled them all off. It was Pirate Parrot was out there, Iceberg was out there, Romo was out there. A lot of fun. Reminded me of the opening night when you guys did the celebration of hockey back in October.
Yes, it was.
Uh-oh, here you go. One of the on-the-bench guys.
Hey, tons of space in the offensive
The guy with the
zone.
cowboy hat.
Yeah, it's Ole. He comes in and, had to take it away. A little stick check on the way by. Frank Phillips, good defensive work in his own zone. Now coming in 2-on-2. Shot, save, rebound. Corey Hirsch. There he is getting back and helping out his goaltender.
You really got to appreciate wearing your uniform jersey and then the cut-off flannel over top of it.
Well, that's going with the Canadian theme, isn't it?
Yeah.
And covered up, now swept aside. We're hoping to hear from Ryan at the end of the first period.
First half, actually.
Yeah, I should say first half.
Oh, look at this drop pass. Corey Hirsch doing it all tonight. Back to him, and he's barely.
Oh, bangs it off the end boards.
That was a Simpsons play, Tim. Tic-tac-toe.
Ryan wraps it around himself. High slot, tries to get a shot off. 1-on-3 he was coming in. A little bit of a late line change. Get late in the half. People need to get some fluids, I guess.
Oh, there'll be plenty of time for that.
Second chance for Kiesel. That would have brought the house down.
Tough angle, but he got it on net. Great glove save.
If he scores, he's going to do the bow and arrow.
Yeah, nobody will hold it against him if he does, unlike his former gig.
Ryan tried to feed again to Kiesel.
Oh, he's going to the net.
Don't often see. Oh, jeez. Whoever that was is going to feel it tomorrow.
He's certainly not going to challenge him to fight, that's for sure.
Here comes Kiesel, bearing down on Corey Hirsch, who wisely dumps it.
Yeah, Corey told us before he wanted no part of that.
I don't know, Tim. Corey got to be first star so far tonight, don't you think?
Him or Max? Maybe Swaggy P setting up those 2 goals with a lacrosse attempt. We could do first, second, third star of each half if we want to. Good deflection from Carter. That goes over top, goes off the end boards. Sorry, that was Mark Malone. Brothers almost
Not
connecting.
that
No, then that deflection would have been in, like, I don't know. Who was a defensive back for the Browns back in the day? David Fulcher with the Cincinnati Bengals, perhaps. Well, Derek, thanks for stopping by for first period number 1 here.
Well, I
First
appreciate
half.
you guys having me. I got to see how the other half works.
How the
and
sausage is made.
I'm probably going to retire. I'll stick with my podcasting because I think that's a little bit easier. But
Why don't you tell us about what's going on with RMU before you go, and how the portal's going, how recruiting efforts are going, how anything's going with the program?
Yeah, I mean, we finished our team. We've got 29 student athletes that are going to report in August. We're excited about where we're at. We've got 14 players returning, and I think we'll be. I think we're going to be good. Our schedule will be released in a little bit. We've got some exciting games. We're going to go to North Dakota. Everybody already knows that. North Dakota announced that. So we'll see where we are as far as playing the Fighting Hawks. And, I think we'll be excited to play 16 home games on the island this year.
Derek, I enjoyed having you up here with us tonight. You did really well. How about one of these games next season? You come up here and I'll go down and coach for a period.
Yeah, whatever you feel like you want to do. You guys always ask me the hard questions. What else you got for me?
I feel like I can inject a little energy at the right time.
Yeah, I don't know if you can coach though, can you?
How hard could it be?
Yeah, that's what they all say.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Appreciate it. We're going to try to get Ryan Malone before he goes off for the intermission break, but
I think we were unsuccessful.
no, I think he's skating back over if Ryan could get the
Oh,
headset
yeah,
on.
there he goes. He just high-fived Romo.
But so after the first half, 4-3 in favor of the gold team, and Ryan is going to put the headset on. We want to get him for a couple minutes to talk about everything that's happening from his personal perspective with all this. And first of all, Ryan, thanks a lot for taking the time to join us.
It's not on yet.
Nope, not on yet. Ryan, you got us on the bench there?
Yep, 10-4 over.
Are you guys having as much fun as it looks like?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we are. Yeah, it's, it's awesome. I mean,
doesn't look like you've broken a sweat yet.
It's definitely harder than it looks from up there. We all know sitting in the stands is a pretty easy game sitting over there. But no, it's obviously great, and just very fortunate and blessed. You can see the turnout tonight, the community again stepping up. It's really just amazing, and just happy to be here and enjoy the moment.
Ryan, that was quite an emotional picture for that ceremonial first face-off. Can you describe that a little bit?
It's just, it's just our family. So we're just excited to share our, passion with the world, and it's all of us, and we're just thankful, like I said again, for the opportunity to have this opportunity now help our veterans, first responders. But we also know it goes to every human being out there struggling with something. But we're just happy to honor our first responders and veterans here today.
HockeyIsHealing.com, MaloneFamilyFoundation.org. That's how you can donate. Ryan, what has it meant to you to have all your former Penguin teammates and all the other NHL alumni who've been a part of this? In particular, Kyle Quincy, too, who's doing some pretty good things on the ice out there, but off the ice as well with his Avalanche Alumni Association as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's where we feel so fortunate to partner with MTV on this Mental Health Action Day. And really, we just want to shine a light on everyone in the hockey community that's already doing amazing things in the mental health space. We showed Andrew Ladd, his foundation last night, 1616, and what they do for youth and the Buffalo mindset, which is amazing. It's not only for the players in the organization, but for the parents and coaches to have those values, to make sure, the Buffalo mindset is the only animal where when the storm's coming, the Buffalo comes together and goes into the storm. So, what Andrew's done with his career and character, and now giving back as well, we're very fortunate to partner with them and do some amazing things with them. And he's just one of many, great humans in the hockey community doing great things.
Ryan, it's pretty apparent you're trying to get the puck on Brett Giesel's stick. Can you do any more? I mean, the rest has got to be up to him, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's a little stronger on the bottom hand. I said if he has to cheat a little bit, and definitely keep, as we know, when you're in the paint, keep whacking away to hear the whistle. So hopefully we can get him a dirty one. But it's great seeing him out here. We're talking on the bench here. He's like, man, I wish I kind of played this sport a little bit. I'm like, I know, imagine being really mad and now actually going to be able to punch someone in the face. So I was like, but he loves it. I know his family stays around here. He has kids in the hockey program. And I know actually Diesel learned to skate over at Barrel at my dad's program, where they actually gave him a sheet of ice separate from the kids just in case he fell on anyone. But he learned to skate on his own, and we're just so happy to have him here. And he was a big part of the hockey community and definitely part of the RMU comeback here as well.
Well, Ryan, thanks a lot for talking to us. It's a great thing that you're doing here. Thanks for including us in this. We're really honored to be a part of it, and we've had a lot of fun this week promoting it. And again, I'll tell people the fundraising goal for Black and Gold, Breaking the Mold, $122,000. And as I pointed out before, MaloneFamilyFoundation.org or HockeyIsHealing.com is how you can make the donations. Thanks a lot, Ryan, and best of luck with doing this every year.
Yeah, thank you. I was going to note on that, the 122 is for our hockey academies, where veterans and first responders come to the camp for free. And, that's the important thing. We're coming back at the end of June in Pittsburgh here, hosting those hockey academies again. We're supposed to have 100 to 120 veterans come in and be part of it. So they're going to go, all that money is going to go to these hockey academies here. We're going to have one in Minnesota at the end of the month, May 30th, and we're hoping to have one here, it sounds like, in Tampa Bay in September. So we appreciate everyone's help. As we know, we all can accomplish anything when we pull together. So very thankful for everyone's support, so thank you.
Awesome, Ryan. Thanks a bunch.
Thanks,
all right,
Ryan.
thank you. Who do you guys want on here next?
Is that Steve Mears behind you?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's put Mearsy on.
All right, you want Mearsy on?
And then maybe go get Colby Armstrong.
Okay.
And Kiesel, too.
All right. Okay, I'll send those guys out. All right.
All right, let's get to Steve Mears next. Steve, the play-by-play voice on 105.9 The X for Penguins games. Mearsy, what's it like coaching? We haven't second-guessed you yet, but we will.
Guys, these benches have not seen this level of incompetence, maybe ever, in the history of this facility. Just the bozo decisions that have been made behind the bench should be an immediate firing. You know how this business works. My days are numbered, obviously. What's the score? I don't even know the score.
4-3, but I got to tell you.
Are we winning?
I'm a little disappointed you're not playing. I'm telling Tim, all those Sunday nights at the Delmont Ice Arena, I've been telling Tim how you can dangle all the game that you have.
Dangle.
You're denying these people
please.
a chance to see you in action.
Please. The only thing worse than my incompetent coaching would be me on the ice trying to make something happen. They told me that anybody that can.
Oh, I saw him in Cranberry at one of the RMU games.
Oh, it's terrible. I should be retired. I mean, first of all, there's no room on the bench. Like, the players are standing here anyway. Like, Jeff Carter's next to me with Ryan Malone and Colby Armstrong. They're standing because there's no room on the bench. So I'm just a spectator today. I'm just hanging out. And what an event. This is awesome. I love it.
So, Steve, as far as Getzoff, did you evaluate his game yet?
He's a smart player. We skate all the time, Mondays, usually Monday afternoons up in Cranberry. We have a little pickup that we get. Matt Bensel comes out from the Post-Gazette, and Lowell McDonald, the TV producer, and he's a great player. And Josh and I usually play together, and I think we got some good chemistry. We try to hit each other with a few passes, and he's just like me, just trying to get by, especially in this setting with these ex-NHL guys. It's so insane. I'm just amazed how they see every option. Whereas if I'm out here, all seriousness, if I'm out here, it's like a whirlwind of sticks and like a blur all around and noise, and it's just chaos. These guys, Colby, Bugsy, Carter, they see every option. It's unbelievable how easy they make it look when they're out here amongst us mortals.
Well, I don't know if we've determined. Does your team have 4 or 3?
I'm asking you. What? I honestly, are we the home team?
Either way, it's a 1-goal game. What kind of adjustments you got here for the second half?
I think we're going to drink a beer or two and probably hang out. I get to hang out with one of my favorite goalies of all time, Kenny Reggett, who's working the door over there. He told me he's working the door because that's what he did mostly when he was playing. He was on the bench, which I said we know that's not true. He certainly had his moments in a long career in the NHL. It's cool to hang out with him and Greg Malone, and oh man, Swaggy P is here, by the way, too. I mean, you guys have been probably talking about him in the first half. Swaggy P is out here doing his thing. I mean, talk about like a guy that just defies physics and gravity, and he's doing things that the NHL guys can't do.
They learn how to do that in the Hockey East, Jersey.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, somebody asked me, like, what's his name? No one knows what his name is. It's Pete Lennis, University of Vermont.
Well, listen, Mirji, thanks a lot. Enjoy yourself down there. We're enjoying watching you. Have a good time with it, and best of luck in the second half, all right?
It's great talking with you guys. Keep up the good work.
All right, that is Steve Mears, play-by-play voice of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Please be joined.
Play.
Yeah, he's a good player. I know he's being self-deprecating, but I know he can play a little bit. Dave Jackal joining us right now, president of the Pittsburgh Warriors. He's up here with us on the broadcast deck. Dave, thanks a lot for joining us as well. And
thanks for having me.
What does this event mean, and how do you think the way it's coming off so far?
I'm blown away. This is absolutely amazing how this turned out this year. It's beyond my expectations, and just seeing the support that the city has for what the veterans and the first responders do and what we struggle with, and the fact that the mental health part of this is identified and there's ways to get through it. It's great seeing that people are here and care about it.
You know, we heard Ryan a moment ago talking about how to provide the equipment and the opportunity, and that's no small thing because hockey is not the easiest sport if you've never tried it, but you think, oh, I'd like to give that a whirl. But you got to jump through a lot of hoops, and you guys facilitate process. It must be rewarding and then some to see the effect it has on guys and the good that you're doing just by presenting that opportunity that you do.
Yeah, it's one of the key factors that we like to talk about is we use the game of hockey as our tool. It's our way to get people's mental health right. So if you know how to do something your whole life and I put you on skates, now you got to rethink how to do things, and you got to learn how to open your mind to different things. So if you're struggling with something and now you have to go out and play hockey, you have a release, you have an exit for whatever bad is going on in your head. That can help. It's because you're doing something that you not normally would think about. You have to rethink about something else. So now you're not focusing on your demons anymore. You get to have fun on the ice.
Dave, stay with us because we're going to bring Brett Kiesel onto the broadcast as well now, former Pittsburgh Steeler.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Tim.
Brett, great to see you again. You're getting tons of ice time. You're getting lots of looks. You're going to the net. You're putting yourself where you're supposed to be. I think you're going to get one here in the second half.
Just can't finish, but you got to keep going. That's how it goes in the game sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't work out. You just got to keep working and keep sticking to it. Bugsy's fed me several beauties right on the tape, and I don't know. I'm using my son's stick. I'll use that as an excuse.
Brett, the football thing worked out pretty well for you, but I've seen you play a couple times now, and while it's still a little rough around the edges, you're getting better. Do you ever think, boy, I wonder what would have happened if I'd have figured out this hockey thing about 25 years earlier?
Yeah, I've loved hockey. You know, Dave was talking earlier about what it can do for you, how it works for healing. When I got done playing football, I really missed competition. I couldn't go out and play football anymore. My body wouldn't allow me. I couldn't even play basketball. I played Aaron Smith in one pickup game, and we both ended bleeding and hurting, and our knees were messed up, and I said, we'll never play against each other again. So my son challenged me to learn to skate, and, you know, it's been the best thing for me. I did some pickup games, E-League games up at Barrel, and just getting to go out and compete and learn something new and learn to keep balanced and, you know, stick and eye coordination. It's such a difficult game if you've never played it. So I've fallen in love with it. These guys on the bench, you know, everyone's kind of adopted me and don't make fun of me too bad out there, but I'm having a great time.
Hey, Brett, sort of following up on that point, I know Kyle Quincy and Max Talbot both last night, they were talking about the importance in retirement of still finding ways as an ex-athlete to make yourself uncomfortable, to sort of create discomfort for yourself. Max was even talking about the importance of using the cold tub, you know, after doing jiu-jitsu, like just how important that connection still was physically to the emotional and mental part of going on in your post-playing career. Is that sort of where you're coming from on this?
100%. Competition is ingrained in us and has been since we were little kids. You know, we all love to compete, and some of us have been fortunate enough to compete at the highest level. And all of a sudden, it's gone, and you can't do it anymore. And so for me, finding hockey and being able to go out here and learn it, like learn how to skate, learn how to transition, which you haven't seen any of that from me today, but I'm trying, and I'm trying to get better. And, you know, it's fun because I get to coach my kids at Quaker Valley, and watching them grow and progress, it keeps me on the ice, it keeps me young, it keeps me engaged, and I love everything about it.
Brett, you got some state police out there with you playing tonight. You got some firemen, first responders, veterans. What are you sensing from these guys? How much fun are they having getting to rub elbows with guys such as yourself?
They're chirping me a little bit down there, you know. They're giving me some chirps and telling me I about ate it here my last shift getting off the bench. So I hear him say, stay up, big fella. But it's great, you know. It's such a great bond we have here with our first responders, our military, people that sacrifice so much for us on a daily basis that rarely really get a pat on the back and a thank you. So it's awesome that we could come out here and be on the bench with them and rub shoulders with them and their families that are up there in the stands. And it's just a beautiful thing to be a Pittsburgher and be a part of this. Here at RMU, that we helped bring back the program here, you know, and Coach Schooley's really doing great, bringing in new talent. And so it's just a great thing all around.
Well, Brett, thanks a lot for coming out to talk to us.
And thanks for all you did getting hockey back to Robert Morris as well.
Yeah, you did a lot as well. We were talking about
you really
that with
rolled
Ryan.
up your sleeves and dove in, man. We're grateful.
Thank you guys for all you do as well. It's a team effort, right? That's how we roll here in Pittsburgh.
Thanks, Brett.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Brett Kiesel, former Pittsburgh Steeler. Some of his teammates with Dave's Pittsburgh Warriors. Let's see here. Tim McNichol is out there from the Warriors. Justin Brown is out there from the Warriors. Josh Howe as well. All those guys on the gold team, the white team with Brett. Tim is a former member of the U.S. See with the Marines here?
Marine Corps, yes, sir.
Marine Corps, yep. All right. And then I'm trying to see who else. Mentioned Justin, he's with the Army. and Josh Howe is also with the Marine Corps as well. So how long have you known all these guys, and how much fun is this for them to take part in?
When I announced the players that were coming to this, everybody was ecstatic that got announced on this squad. I had people beating down our doors to get onto this. Random draw.
Oh, okay.
That's the only fair way I could do it. So I can't pick favorites, so I just put names in a random generator online and just pick some names.
Adam Cogley as well from the U.S. Army, Matt Curry from the Pittsburgh Warriors, Navy, and Matt Risigliano from the Air Force.
Good job.
So,
I want to mention something that a lot of what Brett was just saying about the competition and things like that. There's a big parallel that I've talked with Ryan Malone about a lot. There's a parallel between professional athletes and military and first responders. Exactly what Brett was just saying. When it ends, it ends. And you struggle, you got to figure it out. So things like this allow you to figure out avenues for help.
Do you see or do you sense that guys are more open to seeking it now, that progress is being made?
Yes.
That events such as this and all the great work that people like Corey Hirsch have done, it's paying off, right?
It is very much paying off because the stigma is disappearing. It's not gone, it'll never be gone, but it's getting less. And asking for help isn't a weakness anymore. Asking for help is actually becoming the norm. It's the way to go because you can't struggle in private. You'll never fix yourself if you struggle in private. You have to ask for help. So.
Yeah, and that was a real theme of the night last night and some of the conversations that were taking place. And also, you know, not only is it breaking down that stigma and then breaking down those barriers, but it also sort of bleeds into the culture of the locker room too, as Corey was saying. It's not just about, you know, the trainers recognizing it and management recognizing it on the pro level like him, but it's also the teammates recognizing it, maybe being the first people. And similarly to what you're talking about, the guys that you're in the Corps with, the guys that you're in the Army with, pointing it out and realizing for people that are in a management position or a higher ranking officer.
That's the biggest part of our program, is using that locker room as the safe space. I know safe space is taboo, but we try to use that term as a real term. You need that. You have to have that as an adult. You have to have somewhere to go to be normal. And that's what we try to make that locker room be, that normal place for people.
You know, it's funny, not about funny, but I find it interesting talking to Derek over the years when the Colonials would play Army or Air Force. He would tell his players, well, number one, you're not going to outwork these guys. You can only work as hard as they work. But number two, you better understand, they're having fun. This is diversion for them. So they're not going to panic. They're not going to choke. They're not going to not want to do the hard thing because they're having fun. What you guys go through, it's even, you know, it's comparable to academy life, but times whatever. The stakes were higher than what you guys have been through, and I imagine the release is just that much more necessary.
Yeah, there's a lot of the people involved in warrior programs throughout the country have seen some bad stuff. Yeah. And they've experienced, and first responders too, that we all have seen things that we don't ever want to see again. And
so just even to not think about it for an hour and a half while you're out there skating.
It is. And to be around somebody who can see what Tim was just talking about. They can see when you're falling off the edge a little bit, or when you need that help, and they can come and grab you and bring you back to where you need to be.
Well, listen, we really appreciate the time, Dave. And is there something you want to say about the Pittsburgh Warriors before we go? Anything as far as people that are interested?
If anybody out there knows somebody interested, a veteran that's struggling, if you know a veteran just interested in looking for something, send them our way, www.pghwarriorhockey.org. No experience necessary. We'll help. We'll do whatever we can to help a veteran. So.
Thanks a lot for coming by.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Really
I appreciate
the time. Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, and we are still broadcasting here from the Clearview Arena at Neville Island. Tim Benz and Mike Pursuta with you. HockeyIsHealing.com.
This Swaggy P guy keeps doing this lacrosse goal thing. Enough.
I saw the 30 for 30 on it, and I thought of you repeatedly. So, what are you looking for?
How do we get into about the Warrior Foundation on the headset?
We will. We'll during the second intermission. We'll get somebody on.
We're working on it.
We're
working on it. Thank you.
Here on Celebrity Hockey
Game.
What's that?
I was at that game.
You were at that game?
It happened right in front of me. I was in the first row behind that net. It was an NCAA regional at Munn Arena in East Lansing, Michigan, and it was Michigan against Minnesota. I still remember the goalie's name, the Bus. I forget his first name, but I was right behind him.
I think they interviewed him on that 30 for 30.
I was right behind him all day, and I saw that happen, and Tim, the silence in the crowd, for an indeterminate period. It wasn't long, but everybody kind of initially reacted like, that just happened? And then the place
I think
reacted audibly. But
the confusion for part of it, right, was no one knew if it was legal.
yeah.
People weren't even sure if the goal was going to count.
But beyond that, it's like, how the hell did he do that? Like, we didn't know it was possible.
And I know that from that, what was that, 3-1 game? Is that what you said? 3-1 at the time?
Oh, I
It turned
can't remember the
game
score.
around,
I
right?
just remember it happening. And yeah, in our rink, and the guy from Michigan did that. Yay.
And obviously you're completely over it by now,
Oh,
right?
yeah. You know me. These things go off my back
Yeah,
like
real
water
quick
off
to
a
let
duck.
things go. All right, so, hey, we also want to thank some more of the sponsors that we didn't get to before: the NHL Alumni Association, the Tampa Bay Lightning, Mario Lemieux Foundation, Lake Effect Hockey, High Sticks, Mullets Mount Lebanon, Westinghouse, you mentioned Mancini's Bakery, Jagoff, and the AC Hotel. Also, the Syracuse Crunch involved in this, and I was talking with Corey Hirsch a little bit about the Syracuse Crunch because he went down and played there for a while.
Did he?
After the Crunch became the affiliate with the Vancouver Canucks.
Did that make him the chief punk of the Syracuse Crunch?
They split it with the Penguins. Do you remember that when they had a split team with the Penguins?
Yeah. I got to start dropping some slap shot because our guy Dave Hansen's out there.
Yeah, I saw Dave.
Coaching hard. At least he was. I don't see him on the bench now. Maybe he's had enough.
Yeah, Dave was over there before, and I don't
Maybe he's
see him
going to put the foil on. Change the dynamic of this thing.
We got some goalie changes, Mike. Want to point out that over in the black net, it's going to be Chad Borowski, who's going to be the new goalie here in the second half, or the second period, from the Johnstown Generals, and Army veteran himself. And in the net for the goal team for the second half, Mike Martin.
Yeah, the last goal to get a lack of support like this in a game was Mike Vernon in the All-Star game at Mellon Arena.
Was that the one where Mario won the truck?
Went a little nuts. Look at it, right off the bat. Right off the drop.
That slap shot bounces away. Maybe we can get somebody on the gold team bench. Maybe Colby Armstrong or somebody like that can jump on with us at some
Is that Tyler
point.
Kennedy with the headset on down
We got
there
Tyler over there? All right, great. We got Tyler on the black team bench. Let's talk to TK, another former Pittsburgh Penguin. Tyler, good to see you. How are you?
I'm doing good, boys. I'm a little slower than I'm used to, but I'm still buzzing out there.
We haven't lost your hands. We saw that live on TV.
Hey, you're lying. I can see you're smiling from here. They're honestly, I hope my hands are a little bit better than they are now, but I feel like my mind still can play.
Hey, how much fun is this to see your former teammate Ryan Malone put something like this together?
It's unbelievable, you know, like it takes a lot of work, a lot of guys buying in, a lot of support, and you know, the best thing with Ryan, it all goes back to the military and the military families and all that. I mean, he's a big advocate for mental health, and what a big, great event he's doing right now.
We also got Colby Armstrong on the other bench next to you. Colby's got the headset on for Team Gold. And Colby, great job on the breakaway. I thought you were going to drop pass it to somebody else, but there's nobody there to drop pass it to, so you took care of business yourself.
I thought I was going to have a heart attack, but yeah. I came back to the bench and I asked Greg Malone, who drafted me first round, amazing talent scout he is. I said, how fast was I going? And he just looked at me like, I thought I was going so fast.
Colby, did you see Kuznetsov on the penalty shot?
What's that?
Did you see Kuznetsov on the penalty shot?
No.
About that fast.
Is that yeah, I was doing my koozie imitation there. There's no question, but yeah, not what I used to be out here. Great guys. You know who I love watching right now?
What's that?
Big Diesel Kiesel, just out there, bow legs. He's like 6'9", just plowing up the boards, just getting to the net, tripod stance in front.
Green laces.
Green laces on size 18 skates.
Before we let Kennedy go, I was going to ask him, TK, you know, one of my favorite fights I saw you get into was with Scotty Upshaw with the Flyers. That was a fun fight that I still think about all the time. You wouldn't get into it with Kiesel, though, would you? You'd probably back away for that, let somebody else take care of business for that one?
Yeah, you got to pick your spots. You know, when there's a
That's
scrum.
not a spot.
Yeah. You know, when there's a scrum, you got to go after the smallest guy, not the biggest guy.
I'll say, hey, TK, don't let TK get inside on Big Diesel, though. He gets in there, he's a nail gun. I'll tell you, the one I think of all the time is Sean Avery. Sean Avery, that was a good tilt, TK.
Yeah, we had a couple good ones, but you knew I didn't like. Who I battled the most my whole career? Kyle Quincy on my team. Really? We hated each other. We fought. You know, I think he jumped me, but it's funny because we're kind of know each other, you know. But
So how's that going to the bench right now? Don't leave us hanging.
it's a little awkward, honestly, walking in. It's like, hey, what's up, man?
Hi, Kyle.
Remember last time we played, I tried to sucker you going through the middle, and then you jumped me from behind.
I'm out here with Jeff Carter, who, of course, is on the Penguins, retired, 19-year career, but sitting in the room with him, and my son's in there, and he's like, some guy in the dressing room asked, see all your dad's highlights? He's like, does he show them to you? He goes, no, I look about myself. There's no highlights of me. It's just me getting beat up and hitting people. and he looks over out the corner of his eye at Jeff Carter in the dressing room, because I had a big hit on him in Philly one night. And it's a good clip on the internet, and Carter was sitting there, and he's just like, "Oh my God, what a cheap hit!" He's going nuts in front of my son. It was great. It was great.
Well, Colby, it's a shame you don't have any stories to entertain us here.
Yeah.
Hey,
it's better than playing right now. I do this better now.
Tom Carter was the one who scored that last goal from the Pennsylvania State Police. TK, thanks a lot for jumping on with us, man.
Thanks, guys.
Go get your next shift there. Colby, one more for you.
Two more. First one, are those Maple Leafs pants?
No, these are Mario Lemieux Fantasy Camp pants, the old Canada Cup style. Me and TK both have them on, representing. I had other pants to wear, but I'm like, these were already in my bag, and I'm lazy, and I'm fat, and I'm a dad, and I'm in a rush all the time. So here we are.
And after last night, do you think your new career is going to be the next Bob Pompiani emceeing every event in Pittsburgh?
No, I don't know. Does Pompiani wear diapers when he's up there? I could have used one. I was nervous. I don't like doing that stuff, guys. I just don't like doing it. I don't feel comfortable. I've been asked several times to do it, and I know you guys do a lot of stuff too, but just when you're up there by yourself, like running the show, Steige makes it look so easy, of course. Pompiani makes it look like he's amazing. And I just don't like that. I'm a peanut gallery guy. You know, I'm the guy in the morning show that comes in with the sports and chimes in with a couple bits here and there.
Don't you want national television in Canada?
Yeah, I know, but I don't know why. When you're up there by yourself, it's different, you know?
Well, Colby, thanks, man. Hey, when you get done here, can you hand the headset to Greg Malone? We want to go back. We want to talk to him about the wisdom of taking with the number one overall pick.
He had a few other good picks, too. Don't get me wrong, but I just want to say great job to the Malone Foundation. Amazing getting this all together. Last night's event was awesome. The guys are awesome. The stories are incredible and touching, and being around here now with everyone and their families, and I mean, pretty cool to see the stands full. So, and thank you guys for doing this as well.
Thank you guys.
You guys are awesome.
You guys are making this a great event. You're doing a lot of good, and we really appreciate it.
It's massive to have guys like you doing this. So everyone knows you guys. You guys do an awesome job. You're Pittsburgh through and through. So amazing to have you guys here be a part of it. Thank you.
Thanks, Army. Yeah, so we'll talk to Greg Malone.
I'll go get him.
We'll also get Kyle Quincy, too, to get his follow-up thoughts on the battles with Tyler Kennedy.
Do you think he was stroking us there so we'll stop making cracks?
Chirping about him on the breakaway? Yeah. Perhaps. But then again, that's not going to stop us, is it?
It looks like we got Greg Malone looking for the headset.
Yeah, we'll get Greg Malone on right now. Greg, of course, Ryan's dad. And you've got to be proud as anyone here, Greg, for what Ryan's pulled off with this game, and especially for the cause that's helping out.
Very proud of what he has accomplished in a very short period of time. This thing has grown leaps and bounds from last year, so very proud of the event. Very well organized this year, and we got to thank Robert Morris for letting us use his facility as well.
Was that a little emotional at the opening puck drop? I'm wondering if you guys at all ever been on the same ice like that before.
No, that was very special. It was actually really special too, because I brought Al into the dressing room. He's got a nameplate. I gave him a sweater, and he's like, "Wow, what's going on here?" or whatever and stuff. And the thing is both Ryan and Mark spent a lot of time with Al, watching a lot of sports, especially the football or whatever, and he was very excited to meet Brent Kessel today or whatever. He must have talked to him for about 10 minutes about all the sports in the 70s and the 80s, because they used to go over and watch the games with Al all the time, and of course his basement or whatever is filled with all kinds of Steelers, Pirates, and Penguins paraphernalia.
Alex Vasillo, for folks who weren't watching earlier, the opening puck drop, he's Ryan's grandfather, was in the Korean War from 1953 to 1954, 91 years old, 2nd Infantry Division of the U.S. Army. And I talked to him for about 25 minutes last night. That's a gorgeous goal from Ben Urban, a little snipe there. As we make it 5-3 now, the gold team. He was telling stories. Greg, I'm wondering if he has told you the story about Marilyn Monroe when she showed up in Korea. Did he tell you that one?
No, he told me many more about it, but I'll have to, on the way home, I'll have to ask him all about it.
So the story is, he says USO sets up Marilyn Monroe to go visit him in Korea. And she shows up and it's incredibly cold. And she's got this huge trench coat on, and she goes out and she waves to everybody and she grabs the microphone. She said, you guys didn't show up to see me in a trench coat, did you? And she just throws the trench coat off, and she's, Marilyn Monroe wearing whatever she was wearing, but it was not a trench coat.
And you said it was cold.
Yes, it was cold outside. Baby, it was cold outside.
That's a great story. You never told me that one, but I know I'm going to bring it up.
Hey, we were talking about Army, too, being a #1 draft choice.
Yes.
What'd you think of that pick? How did that work out for the Penguins?
It actually worked out really well, whatever and stuff.
Because you got Hossa for him, right?
Well, no. Watched him quite a few games playing in Red Deer. And even today, he went in, banged the guy in the corner, came out of the corner, and put a backhand to the top shelf. I go, wow.
That's what you saw.
I always remember that play about Crowley. I mean, besides his other game or whatever, but there's always certain plays when you're doing amateur scouting that you always remember what a player has done. And the funny part was that the scout for the Philadelphia Flyers at that time or whatever was looking over at the table. They were calling around, and they were calling their table to make a trade. And I looked over at him, and I just waved no, because I knew they wanted Kobe.
You saw his breakaway tonight. Did he lose any speed?
Well, he kind of looked like Greg Malone out there pulling a Mack truck.
No.
He had the Mack truck going.
Well, there's Mark celebrating. I think he messed up the celebration, but he scored a nice goal there, Greg.
Well, about time he did something. He was the last shift here, he came off the ice or whatever. He was waving one hand with the stick, and I thought he had the magic wand going. You need two hands on your stick when you fight for the puck, right?
Oh, good snipe there into the corner. Well, Greg, thanks a lot for coming on with us. Really appreciate it.
Great talking to you again. Nice
hey, listen, guys, thank you very much for doing this. We're very excited, very appreciative. Thanks for all your support.
MaloneFamilyFoundation.org is the website, and hockeyishealing.com if you want to make a contribution. Second half going on right now. And, we're going to get another penalty, another power play coming, Mike. I think just about everything but tripping is allowed. We've got 2 tripping calls now.
Yeah, we got a 5-5 game. Now, we should point out that there's going to be a shootout at the end of this, whether it's tied or not. But
Colby's going in the box. He's gooning it up.
Looks like we've evened it up. This will be one penalty on the gold team. The Black had a penalty in the first half of tonight's game. So the referee very consistent with spring hockey.
Do you like how Colby acted like he's never been into a penalty box before? We'll watch the replay. That's a reach. That's a good call. Well, Jeff Carter's shot deflected up into the netting.
I think this is calculated. I think Colby took the penalty on purpose so he can come out of the box and get another breakaway.
That's probably true, yes. That looked a little intentional there, as if he was delivering a message. Maybe the message was, put me in the box.
Yeah, I think he's playing chess, Tim. The other guy's out there playing checkers.
What was that exact 2-minute minor for being what?
I didn't hear, but I bet it was a compliment.
Oh, and they score.
Shorty.
A short-handed goal from the face-off dot. That goal is scored by number 6 on the goal team, Josh Costello. So give him a shorty. Are they saying that did Jeff Carter deflect it in?
No, they're giving him an assist.
Oh, giving him an assist. All right.
I didn't know he killed penalties.
Jeff Costello from It's About the Warrior, U.S. Marine. And now that makes it 6-5 in favor of the goal team.
Still power play for the black team here for another 30 seconds.
From McNichol and Big Jeff Carter at 10-12.
And Carter, I think everybody who's a Penguin fan saw the reception that he got after his last game on Long Island. From all of his teammates and from the Islanders themselves.
What a career.
Now working out from the wall with 6 seconds left in the power play. Oh, Ryan Malone wants off at the end of a power play. Let's see if this works out for Colby. Let's see if the calculated move.
He's out.
No,
he's going right to the bench.
over. I think we got Lars Eller on the headset right now. Lars, how are you? Thanks a lot for taking some time to join us.
Of course.
How's the coaching going over there?
No, it's interesting. It's my first time behind the bench here, but I thought today would be a good opportunity to try my skills as a coach. We had a good first period, struggling a little bit here in the beginning of the second, but I think we're going to have a strong finish.
Lars, we're so appreciative of all you guys donating your time and your efforts for this great cause. What attracted you to tonight's event?
I just think it's a great contribution that Ryan is doing to the community here and to the veterans, and I've been involved with a little bit with some of the Danish veterans. They have a hockey team back home, and I think it's they deserve all the help and support they can get. We really can't do enough for them. They do so much for us. This is a great cause and uniting around hockey, the sport we love, hold so dear. I'm so glad they can get to take part of it and share. We can share something around that.
Lars, I know a lot of Penguin fans really took to you in your first year with the Pens. How did you take to the city, and what did you think of your first year with Pittsburgh?
I loved it here. I felt like the day I stepped in the room, I feel like I just felt at home. I felt like I had been there for a long time already. It was an easy transition. Playing so many years against the Penguins, you know, Sid and Malkin and those guys. I think I knew a lot about the team and the way they played and what made them successful, and I just tried to help them keep doing what they've been doing so well in the past.
Well, Lars, thanks a lot. Really appreciate it. It's nice to see you out here taking part in this alumni event, like you said, with a lot of guys that you used to play against, and now might be a part of the alumni with the Penguins as well. Thank you for joining us, and enjoy your time over there on the bench, all right?
Thank you, guys.
All right, that is Lars Eller of the Pittsburgh Penguins, who really wanted to play tonight, but, you know, being an active player is a great save is made by the goaltender. That's the save of the night so far. That's Mike Martin, who made a fantastic grab for gold team. It's About the Warrior Foundation, an Air Force alum, on a fine pass from Tyler Kennedy.
Forehand, backhand.
Wow.
Great glove save. Way to track
Tom
that puck.
Carter, who has a goal already for Team Black, looking for another one. We've seen some really good goaltending. Both these guys in the second period have been excellent.
I'll tell you what, I think we're onto something too with the way we're handling this broadcast. I think we need another goal. Team Black.
That comes from Devin Zadora, who scores from the Pittsburgh Icemen.
But we really need to keep these headsets down on the benches and just talk to people during the game. I find this very enlightening.
It's a little fun for him on the way back. No, this is fun. And I think Kyle Quincy is going to join us next. We've talked a lot about him, and boy, he was really interesting to hear speak on stage last night. And definitely interesting to hear Tyler Kennedy's assessment of your guys' relationship, Kyle, with your players. How's that going to the bench with TK?
Oh, yeah, first time we've been on the same team in a while, or ever.
He said you guys had quite the rivalry as opponents, huh?
Yeah, he was one of my favorite guys to abuse.
What's this been like for you to be associated with this game, and what's it been like playing with Ryan and getting this in its second year to a level that it's raised already this season?
Yeah, you know, me and Ryan have become really close friends, and whenever he calls, I come. So, you know, Mark was huge for the Colorado Avalanche Alumni Association. He helped us set it up, and, you know, we owe a lot to their family, so that's why we're here.
Kyle, we've got great participation from so many friends locally and nationally. We've got a great crowd here. Do you feel as if a lot of progress is being made in the fight that you guys have all devoted yourselves to with mental health awareness?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, no, I think there's a big wave coming, and this is just the start. But in the couple years we've devoted ourselves to this, it's we've seen huge success. So, yeah. Mark Malone's still throwing his body around.
He screwed up the celebration before. He fell on his own stick after he scored a goal.
Yeah, I think it was super cool that his daughters get to see him play. It might be the first time, so he was pretty fired up there.
Well, listen, Kyle, one thing I wanted to ask you about, because you made a really good point, I thought, when you were speaking on stage, and a number of the guys have spoken to this, is, you know, when the career ends, it ends, and then you went into one of the toughest jobs you could find in a completely different direction, which was going to be a stay-at-home dad. Can you kind of talk about that and how that opened your eyes to what life was going to be after hockey?
Yeah, no, I definitely didn't have the respect that I should have gave all the women that do. I don't know how guys play when they have kids. It's got to be the mom that take care of the boys, because, you know, we're always gone on the road. So definitely saw that firsthand by walking in their shoes. And yeah, it doesn't really matter how hard you or think you can prepare for life after hockey and that transition. It's no joke. And I think we're kind of talking about it and raising awareness. And there's different modalities and different programs that you have to take it for what it is. And everyone's going to go through it. So, you know, even guys like Jeff Carter, who I haven't seen, and I played with them growing up. We're the same age, from same town. Just great seeing the boys again, and it's awesome just getting together, because this is the biggest part that we can do, is just get together and heal together. That's why hockey is healing.
Speaking of Jeff, I think I just saw him try to headbutt a goal in. That was a new move. I don't know if he has that one on his highlight tape.
Yeah, no, yeah, he's in a good spot. Body's feeling good after a great career, and just awesome to see him. And he's out here smiling. I don't think he thought that gear was going to go on so close after his career.
Have you ever played against a power forward like Brett Kiesel before?
No, I haven't. Yeah, what a specimen.
And he's had his chances there. He's getting himself open.
Oh yeah, he's getting his licks in right now.
Well, listen, Kyle, thanks a lot for jumping on the mic with us. We appreciate it, and definitely appreciate your contributions to this evening's activities.
For sure, guys. Thank you.
All right, Kyle Quincy, former NHLer, does a lot of work with the Avs Alumni Foundation, and a lot of these guys are the Penguins Alumni Foundation. That's how they stay threaded and connected together, and it's a pretty strong one. I think we saw that in full display, Mike, when Jaromir Jagr came back and got his number retired, and how far that reached and how many people came back for that event.
You see it every time you come to the rink, Tim. No matter the event, you know, we saw it last year with or 2 years ago, I should say, with the RMU fundraisers. This event appears to really be gaining some legs. I can't wait to see where Ryan Malone takes this. But as for tonight, this goaltender, Mike Martin, of the gold team, is in the process of stealing the show, Tim.
Well, I was really impressed with some of the saves that were made at both ends. When we were talking to Kyle Quincy before, had a breakaway chance for Max Talbot. He got stoned, going for
Kiesel's out
his
there
third goal,
around
I think.
again,
Yeah.
hunting pucks, turnover. Get that
Malone's
drop pass, there it is.
Oh, Kiesel decided to pass.
How
Learned that one from Roethlisberger.
Unselfish. Brett Kiesel looking for the goal, but trying to set up one of his teammates.
Have you noticed what Kiesel's move is? It's to hold the jersey of the other player, gain leverage.
Well, now he's just pushing the guy out of the way.
Now he's shoving Brad Rupp from the black team. I think Kiesel's had enough. He's tapping the stick to get off the ice.
Yeah, those shifts are getting a little shorter. But he has worked hard tonight. And, you know, you talk to Brett, you see him at events such as this, and the appreciation for the game is evident.
Wondering if maybe on the gold team, if we can talk to Matt Barkowski at some point. Like to get him on, Mount Lebanon kid. And former Boston Bruin, now doing a great job with Pittsburgh Sports. And another fine save from Chad Borowski.
Starting into a goaltending duel.
And as soon as you say that, there's a goal. That's the second goal this period for Josh Costello, having himself a run.
Tell you what, there's still 7 minutes and change left, Tim. I don't think 7-6 is going to hold up.
I don't think so either, even though the goalies have done a fine job of keeping this one respectable. I do think we're going to get Matt on at some point. Matt, thanks a lot for joining us.
Hello?
Yeah, you got us down there?
Yeah, hang on.
All right.
You there?
Yeah.
All right, I got you.
All right, so C's got the headset command down after all the work he's done already on the Penguin broadcasts.
Yeah, did you have some fun with those?
Yeah, what's up?
Have you found the broadcasting and things, Matt?
It's good. It's good. Well, it was nerve-wracking as hell at first. I had no idea where to look, what to do. But once I figured it out, you know, it's been good.
Matt, we appreciate all you guys' participation tonight. This is a really important event. I'm curious what drew you to it, what you find important about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, anytime you can help out any servicemen, first responders, anything, I think we have an obligation to do that. I mean, my brother served, my grandpa, you know, anything like that, and just the foundation in general with the mental health awareness that the Malones are trying to, well, spread awareness for. I mean, I think it's a great cause. So it's just, you know, anytime you get something to do like this, I feel like, you know, it's a great cause. It's good to give back.
Where'd your brother serve, Matt?
He went to West Point, so he served in the Army for a few years, and 4 or 5 years.
You didn't by any chance play hockey up there, did you?
No, he didn't. He was the hockey team manager, though. So he was the one. He was my younger brother, so he was dragged to rinks growing up. So I don't think he liked the game very much. But yeah, he ended up being the hockey manager up there. So.
Great setup there from Ollie from on the bench to Dylan Burkhart to give you guys an 8-6 lead.
Yeah.
How about the on the bench guys? Aren't they a blast?
Oh, they're unbelievable. I mean, they're just I can't believe they're playing with no gear on either. That's pretty crazy because like I've never met them, I've never seen them. I thought it was kind of for show and they would actually put gear on, but to see them out here flying around, and they're hilarious. I mean, they're funny guys.
I think it's just cut off vest.
Yeah.
They have some power.
Well, and plus he's kind of camouflaged, so I think the black team thinks that he's on their team, and half the time we do too, so it's kind of helping out in that way.
Uh-oh, 2-on-1.
Oh, Swaggy P decided to give it up.
Yeah, how about his hands? Like, I've never seen that in person. I don't know how the hell he does it. It's like he's got a lacrosse stick. It's pretty crazy.
Well, we saw him try to set up Talbot. Ended up setting up Talbot with goals on a couple of lacrosse goal attempts in the first period, right?
Yeah, poor Talbot got hit with a puck there. But, yeah, I mean, it's crazy that he could do it at speed and pick the puck up. Like, it's insane.
What's it like, Matt, kind of being back home here? I know you grew up a Mount Lebanon kid and kind of continuing your hockey career in a different capacity on the broadcast end, but doing it in your hometown.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I mean, I'm from here. My wife is. All our families live here. So it's always where we wanted to be. It's nice to just be here year-round. And, it's a good place for kids to grow up, so our kids will grow up here. And then I'm coaching out at the Pittsburgh Vengeance out at Harmerville, so trying to help the next wave, the next generation, teach them a thing or two.
Matt, thanks a lot, man. Really appreciate you jumping on with us, and we look forward to seeing you a bunch in the future now that you're back home, all right?
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
This is Matt Barkowski, former Boston Bruin NHL alum, and now a member of the Pittsburgh Sportsnet broadcast team for the Penguins.
Yeah, he really carved out a great career for himself, Tim. As you mentioned, Mount Lebanon to the Boston Bruins, also played for Vancouver, Calgary, and Minnesota. 10 years in the NHL.
That is not easy to do, and there's a lot of times where we talked to Ryan's brother Mark about this. He got as high as Wheeling, and it's always tough to sort of give it up when you know it's time to give it up, but also know it's the right time. He ended up getting a law degree at Duquesne and went to practice in Denver, and now is back here with his family. So it's good to see these guys still enjoying the game in their retirement when they can too.
By the way, speaking of Wheeling, an awkward transition or forced transition. I don't know if you're keeping an eye on the International Ice Hockey Federation World Championship Tournament, but U.S. played France today. And skating for France, none other than our buddy Justin Adamo.
Yes.
We're dropping RMU Colonial.
We're dropping the gloves here.
Kiesel's going.
Brad Rupp is going to drop the gloves with Brett Kiesel. I do like the bell. We have to have the bell added, Mike, to our broadcast moving forward. Not a lot of fighting in college hockey, but just in case. Or going to pull the sweater
Helmet
over.
down, sweater up.
I don't have the height and weight for Mr. Rupp, but he's holding his own with Brett Kiesel. I'm going to give that one to Kiesel.
Well, but a good go.
A good go of it.
You knew it was coming. It was bubbling over all night.
Well, at least the last shift when they decided to do this, I think. So Brad Rupp of the Pittsburgh Icemen taking his licks. Interesting, they'll call 2 tripping calls, but nothing for fighting, huh?
Nah.
I think Kiesel just wanted to take the last 2:34 off.
Hey, they stopped the clock.
Oh, we're pulling the goalie. Pulling the goalie.
Down 2.
This is a very Derek Schooley kind of move, isn't it?
Offensive zone faceoff. Here we go.
Very risky move by Kiesel. Fighting up by 2 goals in this situation. I want to thank all the guys.
Rupp might have inspired Team Black the way Max Talbot did back in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I was waiting for a shush. Now Swaggy P knifing through the defense. Leaves in the corner. Somebody's hunting for an empty netter. Maybe that's why Kiesel's still out there.
That would be glorious if he got one.
Now Rupp with a slapper who somehow.
I see Colby Armstrong out there as well as Ryan Malone. So.
Well, the host has to get himself a goal.
The best defensive players clearly out on the ice to protect this lead.
Put Ollie back out there as the extra skater. You have to have Talbot out there, right? Jumping out as the extra skater.
Yeah.
That's the first way he carved his legend in
He's just on the right wing here. He's going right up the ice, waiting for that turnover.
Big ozone draw won by Max.
They're going to get him a breakaway into the empty net. I can sense it. I can feel it. I can smell it.
I feel like we should put Getzoff on the headset there and have him call the game-winning goal potentially, or the game-tying goal for Team Black. Got to get the 7th one first. Now from the circle, shot deflected, knocked back down. TK Feathers went through. Oh, there's the big chance. Well, they got it to him now. Kiesel coming in. Oh, he's back. Oh, he deflected it away. Oh, can't have that. Now Malone's got to give it back to him, right? Josh Getzoff on the headset. Josh, call this one for me if Kiesel scores, all right?
All right, I'll jump in if he's got an opportunity.
Josh gets off the play-by-play voice.
He's worked so hard tonight, Kiesel.
He has, huh? He lumbers out there. And a fight.
Well, that was mandatory. That had to happen.
He probably has an assist. He just needs one more for the Gordy, right?
Josh, we're used to hearing you call games. Have you played tonight, do you think?
I've had my moments. I was a little surprised the goalie got his pad out on that backhand try I had earlier. I thought that was going in, but it's been fun. It's been awesome. It's a great cause, obviously, as I'm sure you guys have talked about. And getting to be out here with a bunch of guys that we all think highly of is impressive, too. Is this a hat trick, potentially?
I think it is, yeah. That is the 3rd goal this period for Josh Costello. Throw the hats in the rink. There they go. The buckets are coming out from his teammates.
That's pretty cool. I mean, wrong Josh, but we'll take it.
Well, listen, Josh, thanks a lot. Really appreciate you coming on with us here. Before you go, what's it been like for you to kind of be a part of this? I know you do a lot of charitable endeavors yourself. I know your connection to the Pan Mass Challenge. I know that you have a great respect for how hockey is involved in situations like this, and you can speak to it somewhat what Ryan is doing here in his retirement years.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because like every person that's here that it's not, a veteran or a member of our first responders, armed forces currently is here because they believe in this cause. And I don't think anyone would have said no to Bugsy being asked to be here. I think kind of reflects just how much people care about it, what he's starting to build here. And I'm excited to see it continue to grow because Pittsburgh's got a lot of great organizations, and this can be the next great one and maybe something we look forward to every summer here in the years to come.
Josh, thanks a bunch, man. Have fun the rest of the way, and thanks for joining us here in the broadcast.
You got it, guys. Thanks, guys.
All right, Josh Getzoff on the Pittsburgh Sportsnet television broadcasts for Pittsburgh Penguins hockey. I think as we wind down here, Mike, Josh Castillo, #1 star, right?
I guess if you're going to be impressed by a hat trick, I still want to give special consideration to Mike Martin, the goaltender now for Team Gold, and Corey Hirsch, who was an inspiration for Team Black, not just during last night's event and not just in the cause to fight for better mental health for all, but he really dangled that puck out there tonight.
9-6, the final score for Team Gold. Leave the lights on the ground round for Team Gold.
I think we got a shootout coming up too, I think. Although
does the shootout tally go to the final? We probably should have run this by someone before we announced that the game is over.
We'll just make it up as we go along. I mean, it's going to be what we say it is. You know, Team Gold wins at 9-6. That's our 3 stars: Costello, Martin, and Hirsch. You okay with that?
I'm all right with that. Yeah. Maybe we could get Ken Reagan on here before the shootout starts and get some goaltending expertise on what it's like to stop a penalty shot. Because there was no shootout for Kenny when he was playing back in the NHL.
Although there were penalty shots.
There were penalty shots.
One in particular that I can remember in Landover, Maryland.
Yes, yes. I do remember that very well.
Is that Joey Juneau?
Joey Juneau, right, exactly.
Or as we call him here in the States, Joe Juneau.
As you can see, the two teams, Team Black and Team Gold, shaking hands.
We might not be doing the shootout.
I thought they were. They might just be kind of formally ending the game before they do that.
Our script said shootout. But they're getting a standing ovation.
And rightfully so. Great cause, great effort by everybody.
I'm so happy for Ryan Malone and so impressed by what he continues to accomplish in his second act, his post-playing career.
Let's talk to Coach Ken Reagan right now, former Pittsburgh Penguin goaltender, Stanley Cup champion. Ken, thanks a lot for jumping on with us. Are they doing the shootout? Are we still doing that here?
All right. Okay, there we are.
Yeah.
I don't know if they are or not. They can't look like they're wrapping up, but they could still break into a shootout at any moment here.
Kenny, you said you're going to trap the hell out of them before the game. I mean, 6 goals and against in a game like this. Pretty good effort by your
Good
guys.
structure. Good structure.
Yeah, I thought Greg Malone did a great job up front. He had a couple key plays off of draws in our zone that created some chances at the other end. We have to actually capitalize on them, 1 or 2 of them. Corey Hirsch, he was outstanding for the Black guys. Kind of really was tearing us apart for a while. And our second goalie that went in, he had a really solid game. Made some big saves and kept us in the game. I
was going to ask you about the goaltending. Both those goalies in the second period were fantastic. Chad Borowski and Mike Martin.
Yeah, the tempo just turned up a notch once everybody got there warmed up after the first period, first half I should say, and then got things going. And we got Brett Gietzel, tearing them down out there. And you had a lot of guys that were really working hard trying to get the victory. So it was a nice competitive game. It was good to see it, and it was obviously for a good cause, great cause.
Yeah, great cause, great event. And like everybody else we've talked to tonight, Kenny, just thank you for your contributions to it.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm nothing but honored. Great group of guys. Again, like you said, a good cause, and just supporting the community. And Lord knows we all need to help the community and work together. So thank you very much for having me out and on the air and everything, and all the best to you guys.
All right, Kenny, thanks a bunch.
Looks like there is going to be some sort of shootout here, Tim.
Yeah. Hey, we need some advice, Ken. We were just talking about it before the headset was put on you there. When it comes to stopping penalty shots or shootouts, you got one that resonates, right?
I did happen to have one that fell in the record books, and that was that Joey Juneau one against the Washington Capitals. I believe it was around 95.
Which overtime was that in?
That was in, let's see, first, second.
I should remember this. I thought it was the second.
First, second overtime. Yeah, it was.
Well, Ken, we want you to be able to get out there in the team photo, so we'll let you go. Thank you for coming on with us, man. It's always great catching up with you, and we'll have to come down to the bar and grill sometime.
I'd love to see you guys down there. Everybody's welcome, and the weather's looking good, and we have a nice deck out there. Love to see you. Thank you, guys.
Ken Reagan's Bar 31 that's down there in Bridgeville, so we'll have to
Not far from the palatial broadcasting estate.
That's right, our studios.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kenny.
All right, take care, guys.
Ken Reagan, former Pittsburgh Penguin and Stanley Cup champion. And
boy, this is fun. I'm so glad I was here tonight.
Yeah, this was really well put on by Ryan. Really well put on by Amanda and Amanda Susko, who kind of coordinated all of this. And a big round of applause for all of the players, and rightfully so. Trying to think we're able to get everybody on that we should. I feel like there's so many people who are involved in this. And I don't know if we got to the Mario Lemieux Foundation, Mike, when we were mentioning some of the sponsors that were with us earlier, but I know that Ryan said they were very instrumental in getting this going as well when he spoke last night at the City Winery. And certainly in his retirement, Mario's done a ton charitably with Pittsburgh.
You know, it's amazing that the teamwork and the camaraderie the community permeates, whether it's with the Lemieux Foundation or trying to get Robert Morris hockey back on ice, or a great cause such as this, the mental health awareness emphasis that people such as Corey Hurst and Ryan Malone are spearheading. It never ceases to amaze me, Tim, but I'm always appreciative of it. It's nice to be in Western Pennsylvania.
Fans, let's hear it one more time.
All right, so I guess as we wrap up here, I'll say one more time, the Malone Family Foundation, believing in the healing power of hockey by being here tonight. We know that you do. Thank you for watching our live stream, and please share this with others who might be interested and might be in need as well, since the foundation of what we've been talking about tonight is communicating. If you know somebody who's in need of help, maybe tip them off to some of the things that the guys have been saying throughout the course of the night.
Yeah, don't be shy or self-conscious or afraid to ask for help if you need it. And if you see somebody, reach out.
MaloneFamilyFoundation.org, HockeyIsHealing.com. Those are the websites to make your contribution. And again, they're looking for $122,000 to be raised and put forth again towards next year's game as well. Thanks to the Tomahawk Charitable Solutions, 84 Lumber, Confluence Financial Partners, MTV, Showtime Networks, Paramount Veterans Network, Mullets Mount Lebanon, High Sticks, Lake Effect Hockey, the Mario Lemieux Foundation, Neos Insurance Group, NHL Alumni, Johnstown Tomahawks, Tampa Bay Lightning, the Syracuse Crunch, Westinghouse, Mancini's Bakery, Robert Morris University, Yajagoff, and the AC Hotel. Also, thanks to Derek Schooley for joining us in the broadcast, and a great job by Dylan running things tonight. Dylan's our producer, director extraordinaire.
Best in the biz.
For all of our games at Robert Morris University, and he volunteered his time and efforts. Did a lot of work while he was here for Robert Morris during the commencement ceremonies to get things set up as well. Great job out of him and everybody else involved on the production end.
We'll be back here before you know it.
We'll be back here in early October, and as Derek revealed, against Miami University.
The Red Hawks.
The Red Hawks will be here for the first home game for the Robert Morris University Colonials. For Mike Pursuta, I'm Tim Benz. Thanks to everybody who was watching, and thanks to Ryan Malone and the Malone Family Foundation for putting on this fantastic event tonight, the Hero and Celebrity Hockey Game.